Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about how to stop dipping your elbow in your swing and the reasons why it's bad for your disc golf swing. The reason I'm actually making this video is because for those of you that don't know me, I've been playing disc golf for a little under 2 years now, and I've been playing tournaments for a little over a year now. And since this 2024 disc golf season is kind of coming to an end, there's not really that many tournaments in my area. I figured I wanted to work on a few things this off season before tournaments kick up again in 2025. And so one of those things was increasing my distance. Currently I throw about 400-ish feet, 410-ish feet on a disc golf line. And I wanted to kind of break down my form and figure out what problems I have and how to change some things up so I can throw a little bit further. So I had a buddy film my throw, and I don't know if I've seen my swing in a long time, but it looked pretty interesting to me. And the first thing I noticed, I'll show the clip here, my reach back is really high, and then when I pulled through, you can kind of see that I was chopping off my shoulder in my swing and then correcting and throwing. So it looked like my disc was coming down across my chest, and then I would correct it and release out. To correct this, I kind of had to think about it for a little while, and I tried to compare my form to other pros like Gannon Buhr. And what I noticed is that in my backswing, obviously I was going low to high and I was chopping off my shoulder. But why was I doing that? And what I noticed first is that in my reach back is that my disc is going up vertically. And I'm kind of exposing the bottom of the flight plate towards myself. Comparative to Gannon Buhr, when he pulls back, it's very flat, or a little bit of Anheuser, where he's pulling the disc, or he's showing the disc, bottom of the disc, away from his body. And so I decided to experiment a little bit, and I got some videos of me at my shop. You can kind of see from the back view that when I did my original swing, I'm exposing the flight plate as usual, but when I pull the disc in towards me, the bottom of the disc is following the same path as my arm as it's chopping my shoulder off. So you can kind of see that if my arm is like this, going across my body, the disc is going to follow the same path. And if I were to hold this and release this way, I'd obviously throw it straight into the ground. And so your body, or my body, and for people that have the same problem, has to overcorrect, and you can kind of see the disc overcorrects to try to throw it, release it flat, or on the desired angle I want to throw it at, desired launch angle and desired nose angle. And this obviously, in my head, when I compared it to other pros form, any pros form, you can kind of see no matter where they're pulling from, you can see that the disc isn't really changing the plane of axis. It's really just flat, and it's coming through flat and releasing flat. But for me, I was pulling it high, overcorrecting, and releasing. I was kind of doing like a U dip shape where I pull down and then release up. And so to fix this, I tried to change the axis of my disc on my reach back. And so I tried to pull back flat. And as you can see in this other video where I figured out that day that my disc, when pulled flat, actually comes in flat and releases flat. So I guess this ties into the 2 reasons why you have elbow dip. Number 1, you're reaching back too high, and a lot of players will lean forward and reach up high, and then when they pull through, they bring it low and then bring it high again. So that's reason number 1. And reason number 2, you're just showing the bottom of your flight plate towards yourself, and this causes your elbow to naturally want to be pulled downward. So your body wants to naturally do this, and you're not really thinking about it, but your body just naturally wants to pull with the elbow downward across your body, and then you overcorrect. So those are the 2 reasons. And obviously in my case, I did both. To fix this problem, you're going to really want to focus on pulling from lower, either from low to high or just flat on an even axis. And 2, you're going to want to focus on reaching back flat and pulling through on the same plane as how any other pro would do it. And I can tell you this, that prior to doing this, like I said, I was throwing around 400 feet, My arm speed, according to Tech Disc, was between, on a golf line, 57 to 58 miles an hour. Sometimes I can get to 60 if I was really throwing it hard. When I made this change, I was throwing between 62 and 63 miles per hour. So between a 4 and 5 mile per hour difference on average. And when I threw really hard, I got it to like 65.5 miles per hour. Just a small change of from dipping my elbow and chopping off my shoulder has caused me to increase my distance by about 30 to 40 feet. I still have a long way to go and to reach my goals. And in terms of distance, I figured that I'd share this with you guys that are struggling with the same thing, or maybe just don't know what's causing you to not throw that far, and you can kind of take a slow motion video of yourself and see if you're chopping your shoulder, there's a good chance that you're losing a lot of distance. That kind of sums up my video. This video is kind of meant to be a series where I develop my own backhand and then in turn can teach you guys how to not make the same mistakes that I'm doing. And you can kind of see the progression of where I'm at, and hopefully I can make this a series to where each problem I solve, I make a video on it and share with you guys. But I'm not sure how often I'm going to make these breakthroughs. I've kind of been working on trying to pull on a even axis right now. I'm probably going to do that for a couple weeks to try to create that muscle memory. But then once I dial that in, some other changes to solve some of the problems I may have. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. This is a fairly simple video, very quick. If you guys want to support, I'd appreciate if you guys like and subscribe this video. And I also have a disc golf shop, as I mentioned earlier, called www.disczone.com. That's my online store. I also have an in-person store in Santa Cruz, but we have great weekly deals. I do ship for free if you spend more than 35 bucks. And so I'd appreciate if you guys check out my shop. But besides that, thanks again for all the support. And let me know if you have any comments below. But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.